welcome back for my next Draft League. For the third time in a row, we're doing Velocity Draft Club. This time we're doing Generation 5 for Black and White, and the host is Caps Lock. Similar to the other times we've done this, we've got 90 points for 8 Pokemon. It starts in pools of 4 players. The top 2 from each pool advance into playoffs. And then for this one specifically, we've got dry baton passes allowed. You can use baton pass as long as you're not passing stats with it. And then there's a couple bans. There's gems, which give you they're a one-time use item. They give you a 1.5 times boost to an attacking move of the corresponding type. Those are banned. Sleep is banned. Hello, James. She was looking out the window. Now she's on her way to hang out. You want to say hi, James? No, she doesn't. Okay, that's fine. Also for Generation 5, we have weather. So normally, well, for Generations 3, 4, and 5, some Pokemon have abilities that bring weather, either sand, snow, sunny day, or rain. Before Generation 5, we had Tyranitar for sand, and then Groudon and Kyogre could also change the weather, but they were banned for being too good. So the only weather you really saw in Generation 3 and 4 is sand, and maybe hail in Generation 4 with Obama Snow. But in Generation 5, Ninetales got the Drought ability, and Politoed, also known as Swirlypop, got the Drizzle ability. So now you can have weather in OU with Politoed, Ninetales, Tyranitar, Hippowdon, and Abomasnow. And I guess that's too good, so you can't have a Pokemon that sets weather and another Pokemon that has an ability that boosts their speed in that weather. Like, you can't bring Politoed with Drizzle and Kingdra with Swift Swim on the same team. So the weather isn't as overbearing as you think it would be, because you can't really use Swift Swim and Chlorophyll. But weather still is very good in this generation. Alright, so we're looking at our team. Our first Pokemon is Thundurus. The nicknames are, as always, provided by my fiance. We were the 6th pick out of 8, and we went with Thundurus. Initially, I wanted to use a Rain team, so I could use Politoed, and Thundurus is really good on Rain, because he gets Thunder. I can't remember if he gets Weather Ball this generation. But he has 101 speed, which is very, very fast, and he's got 145 special attack, which is extremely strong. So especially if you're on Rain, you can use Thunder instead of Thunderbolt, and he becomes overbearingly powerful. We also have Hidden Power, so he can use Thunderbolt plus Hidden Power Ice, or Grass, depending on the matchup. And his ability is Volt Absorb, so if your opponent is trying to use Thunder in your Rain, they might end up healing him. My next pick is Alakazam. Alakazam was still available when it came back to me, and I think Alakazam is really good, so I picked him up. So now we have two very strong special attackers. Alakazam is very good in Generation 5 because it got Magic Guard. So it doesn't take any residual damage, any damage from anything that's not an attack. So no Stealth Rock damage, no damage from Toxic, no damage from Sandstorm either. So it's very good because you can give him a Focus Sash and he'll always survive one hit. And he's also very fast. He's 120 base speed, which is faster than most things this generation. Like Jolteon is faster, and like maybe Crobat. So that's our first two Pokemon. Next, we have Excadrill. I wanted a Rapid Spinner. I wanted Rain still at this point. So I was looking at Blastoise and Tentacool, because they both have the ability Rain Dish, which lets them heal in rain, which is very good if you have rain. But someone picked Blastoise earlier in the round, and the person before me picked Tentacool, so I had to find a different Rapid Spinner, and Excadrill was still available. I'm not sure why they went for Blastoise and Tentacool over Excadrill, because I don't think they ended up drafting Rain. But Excadrill is very good. He's part Steel. He's Steel Ground. He has 3 good abilities. One is Sand Rush, which is banned on him. Even if you're not running Sand, you're not allowed to run Sand Rush on Excadrill because he's too good with it. So his 2 abilities we can use are Sand Force, which boosts his Ground, Rock, and Steel moves in the Sandstorm, and Mold Breaker, which lets you ignore your opponent's ability. Most commonly that means you can use your Earthquakes to hit Pokemon that's levitating, like Gengar, or Bronzong, or Rotom. And he also has Rapid Spin on top of that, so he's able to get away hazards. Our next Pokemon is Ferrothorn. Since I had Magic Guard Alakazam and Excadrill, I was considering Tyranitar briefly, but someone else picked Tyranitar before it came back to me. So we went with Ferrothorn. I wanted a Steel type because Steel's very good defensively, and I didn't want to only have Excadrill as a defensive Steel type. I considered Roserade because it also had spikes, like Ferrothorn, but I wanted the Steel type, so we went with Ferrothorn. Our next Pokemon is a Spin Blocker. We got Jellicent, a Water Ghost type. Jellicent is pretty bulky, unlike Rotom or Gengar, the other ghost types that are pretty good. And he's also like just fast enough to get away with running some speed and taunt. So you can taunt other bulky Pokemon, like Skarmory if it doesn't have a lot of speed, or Clefable. So that's our Spin Blocker. And next we have Heracross. I wanted a fighting type, in case I fight like a Blissey that can take on Thundurus and Alakazam. I'd be able to like U-turn out with Thundurus, go to Heracross. Also, this helps into Tyranitar, so I don't have to rely on hitting Focus Blast, because I've got a fighting type. I also like that he is he has a ground resistance. Because I don't think I have a ground resistance yet. I only have an immunity in Thunderous. So we've got Heracross. Also, Heracross has Guts, which can be very good since Scald is in this generation, which is a water move with a 30% chance to burn. So if Heracross gets burned by a Scald, that could be fine if he has Guts, because he'll just get stronger. Alright, at this point I think I had 5 points for 2 more Pokemon. And I wanted something that can resist fire. So we have Magmar here. I think my only fire resist is Jellicent right now. And I was particularly worried about Victini, which also has electric coverage in Bolt Strike. So I wanted something that could resist fire that wasn't weak to electric. And I thought about like a rock type like maybe Golem, but Victini gets Grass Knot, so that wouldn't really help. So we do have Magmar. I was also looking at some Intimidate Pokemon like Granbull. Oh, hello, James. She's back. And then I thought about Magmar, and Magmar takes kind of similar damage from like a V-Create from Victini, since he's so bulky with Eviolite. The one downside, I suppose, of Magmar over like Granbull would be that I have to run Eviolite as my item. I can't run Rocky Helmet, say, and get some chip every time Victini hits me. And our last Pokemon is Whimsicott. Whimsicott is just Grass type this generation, so it's not as good as it would be even in Generation 6. But it still is Prankster, so it's still not bad. And this is my team. Okay, here's our first game. We played against Surimi. Their team's on the right. They've got Garchomp, Cloyster, Raikou, Rotom Heat, Empoleon, Virizion, Cofagrigus, and Honchkrow. So while preparing for this, I noticed that my team really hates electric plus fire coverage. So either Rotom Heats, Stabs, or Raikou with Thunderbolt and Hidden Power Fire. And they also have Cloyster, who's really good in this generation because it gets Shell Smash. So he's able to boost all his stats. One thing about Cloyster is he has a lot of multi-hit moves, like Icicle Spear, and the ability Skill Link, so it'll always hit 5 times. So that will be very good into Alakazam, who would usually rely on a Focus Sash to be able to take on a strong opponent that's set up. But the multi-hit moves will bypass that. So here's what we have. We've got Alakazam first. Taunt for Cofagrigus, so it doesn't sit up Trick Room. We've got Psychic and Hidden Power Ice. And then we have Psyshock, which is a special move that hits defense for Virizion, who is very good special defense and just okay defense. Next we have Excadrill. Got Earthquake, Rapid Spin, Toxic, Protect. We have Toxic to hit Cofagrigus if it comes in, to block a Rapid Spin. And Earthquake hits most of their team, I'm pretty sure. Except Honchkrow. because that's the only attacking move I really need. Next is Ferrothorn. This is our answer to Garchomp. We also have a lot of special defense, so we can take on Cloyster if it brings special coverage. I've got Stealth Rock and Spikes for hazards, Power Whip, and Leech Seed. And then we have an Occa Berry to take a fire hit move, like a Hidden Power Fire, or maybe a Fire Blast from Garchomp. Next is Jellicent. I've got Physical Defense for Cloyster again. In case it's a physical set, it'll probably have Icicle Spear and maybe a water move. I don't know why I'm Cursed Body over Water Absorb. Maybe to stop Cloyster from using Icicle Spear a lot? I'm not sure. That might have been a mistake. But we've got Scald, Recover, Nightshade, and Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is my opponent doesn't want to switch into Will-O-Wisp unless it's with Rotom, and they're weak to Scald. So that's what we have here. Next is Heracross. We have Close Combat, Mega Horn, Toxic, and Shadow Claw. We are Choice Scarf. I believe Cofagrigus is the only thing stopping this from just close combating everything. I think his entire team gets 2-hit knocked out by close combat. And if we're able to knock something out that's weak, we'll get an attack boost with Moxie, and it'll be even easier to take out the rest of his team. As long as Cofagrigus is taken care of first. And last we have Thundurus. We are slower than Garchomp, unfortunately. So I think this is enough speed for... Oh, this is enough speed for Adamant Garchomp. So if he's an attack boosting nature instead of speed boosting. But we've got Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, Sludge Bomb, and Substitute. Sludge Bomb is for Virizion. We've got Hidden Power Ice for Garchomp. And everything else but Rotom can be hit by Thunderbolt. And this is my team. Here is our game. My opponent didn't bring Empoleon or Honchkrow. As we see here, one of the great things about Black and White is we have animated sprites. So that's very fun to see. So we lit off with Ferrothorn. I really want hazards. I think I really wanted for Cloyster, especially to break a Focus Sash. My opponent does have Fire Blast on Garchomp, but since we have an Occa Berry, we are able to take a hit. They get up Stealth Rocks, and we get up some Spikes as they switch. I don't know if they were expecting me to switch here, and that's why they didn't go for Overheat, but I really cannot switch into Fire and Electric from Rotom, so I stayed in. I think Alakazam might be able to knock... I don't know, but Excadrill can knock him out at this point. And if he used Overheat, he'd be at -2, I'd be able to take an Overheat. But we do get a Choice Scarf as he switches back out. We get a Leech Seed, so we're doing a little damage to Cloyster. He's already at half health just from switching in and the Leech Seed. And he does go for Shell Smash. But he is Leech Seeded, he is getting worn down. And we are able to knock him out with Scald. So, in comes Raikou. To Skidrill. He has Substitute. And hits us with Hidden Power Fire, probably, as we break their Substitute. And then they take us out. Because I did not want him to have a Substitute, so I stayed in, just in case to Earthquake. So here we have Alakazam. We've got Psyshock, which does more damage to Raikou than Psychic, since its special defense is so good. And in comes Cofagrigus, taking some hazards, and we go into Ferrothorn, as we take a Hidden Power Fire pretty well. Power Whip does a little damage to Virizion, and we're able to go to Heracross, resist the close combat, and we go for Scarf Megahorn, which, even though Rotom resists, is enough to take it out. I don't think we can take out Cofagrigus even at +1 with Megahorn. So we go to Ferrothorn. And he goes down, and we go to Thundurus. I was expecting a switch here, I think, which is why I clicked Substitute. There we go. Substitute, but for us. But he ended up going for Toxic, so I am able to avoid that. And we're able to start using Thunderbolt. And we are able to survive the Shadow Ball and take out Cofagrigus. So we are slower than Virizion, but he misses the Stone Edge, so we're able to hit it with Hidden Power Ice. I probably should have went for Sludge Bomb there. I think Sludge Bomb's a little stronger, that probably would have knocked it out. But he hits the second Stone Edge. We go to Alakazam, who is able to knock out Virizion, and we can go for Hidden Power Ice on this Garchomp, which he survives because he has a Yachi Berry. But we've got Scarf Heracross in the back to take out Garchomp. And we are able to win our first game, 2-0. So if we win one more game, we'll make it into playoffs. So we'll be back next week with our other 2 games of pools, and thanks for watching.